Al, you had quite the revealing chat with the Boyzone boys last night,
Oh,
didn't you?
my goodness. As a teenager, I would have fallen apart. But I sat down with Ronan and Keith and Shane. Here's what happened at the Roundhouse in London ahead of the premiere of their brand new documentary series.
We were a bunch of kids put together. We weren't perfect, we weren't polished.
Hi, I'm Keith. And I'm Ronan.
So we're Boyzone.
For the last 30 years, Boyzone has been one of the most successful bands in the charts. They've had 6 #1 singles, 5 #1 albums, and sold 25 million records. Lovely to see you all.
Joan.
I absolutely loved the documentary.
Thank you.
Why was now the right time to do it?
All the stuff behind the scenes, the hard times, the tough times, have never been talked about. We've never dealt with it, and I guess that's what we're doing now.
I think there was some hums and ahs about whether we should or shouldn't.
So many bands have a start, a middle and an end, and Boyzone started with the infamous television programme on The Late Late Show.
Is this the one where you danced to a
Yeah.
backing track?
Everybody remembers us from that first clip. Nobody believed that we could actually be anything else other than those imbeciles dancing on that TV show. And we've gone on to have a successful career, but also to be fathers. And we've reared 12 children between us, is it?
Yeah, that's just you and I.
And there has to be a bit of respect for the amount of work and the hardship that we put in.
You had to be honest for this documentary to work. It's incredibly difficult, I imagine, Shane, to sit there and watch it play out.
Do you know, I've watched it a few times at home, and sometimes I was okay. And then I watched it with my mum and dad. I was super emotional, and it was really weird. So I have shed some tears over it, that's for sure.
Boyzone band member Stephen Gately has died.
I had to call the guys and give them the news.
No, not our Stephen.
It's incredibly hard to watch you all speak about Stephen. How does that loss still affect you today?
Look, the beauty of us being together is we feel like he's in the room. The Theo effect is still very much part of this band, so he's alive and well in our lives.
Louis Walsh plays obviously a pivotal role in the documentary and the guy who brought you all together.
They just had ambition. That was the one thing they all had. They all had great dreams and great ambitions, as did I.
You know, what's your relationship like?
We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for Louis.
No.
In 1993, when others wouldn't, when everyone laughed at us, Louis put his name on the line. He was a successful promoter at the time.
As it became bigger, so did their egos. They believed their own publicity. They forgot I wrote it.
Louis lives for the media, lived for that success.
But it's sad. It's sad that it's kind of gone the way it's gone.
And you can't do nothing but love Louis.
So here you are, you're back at the Roundhouse where you filmed the video.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes.
What was it like working with him?
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Theo was a big fan and wanted to work in the West End in any shape or form. And he offered us a song, no matter what. Whistle Down the Wind was the new show.
Jim Steinman.
It propelled us to a whole other level as a band around the world.
Happiest memories?
For me, 07 to 09, we got back together after the breakup.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was my favourite.
Without a doubt. Actually,
it
you're
was
right.
just, we'd grown up, and I think we were just happy to be in each other's company. Sadly, it's the toughest time because we lost Theo in October 09.
But if those 2 years now have become the most valued 2 years of our lives because that's the time we had with Theo.
Yeah.
Nice.
And for all of those girls and boys, what do you want those fans to take from this documentary?
For our children and our grandchildren to be able to see what we did. You know, for me, I'm very, very proud to be these guys' mate. I'm very, very proud to have been part of Boyzone and Theo.
Congratulations and thank you.
And proud they should be. You can see the new series, Boyzone, no matter what, from Sunday on Sky Documentaries and Now TV.
You have to watch it. It's brilliant.
Can't wait.
We heard there, Andrew, Whistle Down the Wind and No Matter What, filmed at the Roundhouse. And they explained how Stephen was a huge fan of musicals and came to have a chat with you, hoping to record a song.
Yeah, well, Stephen came to me and asked whether Jim Steinman and I would write a song for him, really. And we had No Matter What. And we said, yeah, let's go ahead and record it. We recorded it with Steve on his own. And then the other guys got involved, and then they sang on it too. But the record company and Louis Walsh didn't want to issue it. They really thought that it was not a great idea and that it might just be okay as a B-side. And this is a story I've not told before, but this is exactly what happened.
Come on,
we had it recorded. I'm not sure exactly who did what on the recording. Some of the voices, sound a little interesting to me, shall we put it that way? But anyway, it was recorded, and I went to go to something called the Chinese Elvis, which was done in Millwall with Richard Park, who ran Capital Radio and did all the radio playing. So Richard and I, we went down to, it was great actually, opposite Millwall Football Club, you should like that. Anyway, so down we went, and come the evening, we got back to my house, and he said, have you got anything to play me, anything new of yours? And I said, well, I got this track that nobody wants to issue, which has got all of the members of Boyzone on it, but they don't want to release it. And Louis Walsh doesn't want it out. So I played it to him. Richard said, listen to Capital Radio in 5 hours' time, because I am playing this because this is the biggest hit that they will ever have.
No way.
And Richard played it.
Wow.
Rest is history.
Wow.
Fantastic. Powerful stuff.
And I have to say, the boys love the song. They spoke very highly of it.
I know. I mean, I think they did, and they did a wonderful job with it. But it's just extraordinary, isn't it, that it was a bit of politics, I suppose, with what song was there and whatever. And maybe it was something to do with the fact that Stephen came to me. I don't know. But anyway, I'm very proud of it. And my funniest story, actually, was I went to go see Whistle Down the Wind not so long ago. And I'm sitting there quite happily, enjoying my own show and blah, blah, blah. And I hear a couple of girls in front of me saying, it's a real shame, is it, Andrew Lloyd Webber now? He's even now got to the point where he just takes a Boyzone song and puts it in his show.
How very dare they?
Wow.
Did you turn around and correct them?
Now we know.
It was like I went to a restaurant with Nicole Scherzinger in New York. Nicole is absolutely taking New York apart with Sunset Boulevard at the moment there. And so we go into this restaurant afterwards, and it's just me and Nicole. And they say to Nicole, well, what show did you go and see tonight? And you think this girl is currently the biggest
superstar.
And I don't know, but if one can't have a laugh...
Exactly.
Well, exactly.
Life's too short.
I love this show already. True. Getting